Thank you for joining me. You guys are welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm basically watching IPST, and as you can see, this is like a gray area in the middle. I did FOMO, so I'm in the trade, but please do not follow my trade blindly. I'm not trying to hype it up because I'm in the trade. I'm literally like drawing two scenarios. Basically, if for me personally now, the line at 7, this line at 6, is it 696? Yep. This line right here, it would make or break the trade for me. If I trend below it, I may just cut my loss. But if it goes above 850, I'm actually going to add more and average up. And I did talk about the average up, not the average down. I never average down. It's either I get out and that's it. But if I see it, and I'm in very small, I'm actually not in with a lot of money. But if I see it break above that 850 and actually maintain itself above it, minimum 5 minutes selling and buying above 850, then that would indicate for me to just put more money into it and hopefully see it above that 10. So we'll see what happens. You see that this is like another failed attempt to test it. I had the opportunity to leave the trade with minimal loss. I did that earlier with VBIO. I did that with VBIO earlier, and it kind of fired back on me because it went bananas after I sold it with loss. That's why I don't like sometimes to just sell right away. Like my area now, it's a gray area. I see it break down and struggle below this line. That would be my. I would just get out with a loss personally, and I'm not gonna short it. But if I'm a short, that would be a nice clue then at that point if that happens. I'm still convinced it's gonna come back and it's gonna break above the 850 and build all the way to 11. But convinced is not enough. I need to see price action on it. Otherwise, I will exit with a loss here if I see it go to below 695 and I see it do it, and then I'll just take my loss with it, and that's fine. You know, you can take the loss and the wins together, put them together, pick them up, and if your combination is more wins than losses, then you're doing okay in the market in general, you know? And if you guys just joined the live session, you might be wondering what I'm doing. I'm just basically just watching this one right here. Um, and I have it on the banner down there. I'm watching IPST. You see, it's testing the VWAP right now, and that could be a bullish sign, but confirmation, as you can see, you can see here that it's tried to test it so many times. It tested so many times and failed every time that it does, right? So I wanna see when it confirms above it. If it does, I'm gonna add more of what I have and take it into plus 10 or 11. I truly think it's gonna happen, but if I see it struggle more or if I see it break down below this, that would be my loss, cutting my loss basically below this line here, below the 7. But I hope I don't have to. I hope that, because I did FOMO a little bit, kinda like I entered, I think, back, like, quicker than I should have. Um, I wanted to wait for better confirmation, but I still, like, got in. So we'll see what happens. If it doesn't get to that line at 850 and it struggles to maintain itself and it maintains itself below this line, that would be a loss for me, but I'm not here to give you, like, follow my analysis kinda deal. If I'm a short or if a short is watching, that would be a nice opportunity there for a short trade if it goes to 690 and it actually builds below that line for 3 to 5 minutes. When I say it builds, guys, it's, basically price action, like every single minute, every single order has to be below whatever that line, that price basically here is 695, 7. So for 5 minutes, if it drops and for 5 minutes it maintain itself below 7, that would be a clue for for a short trade all the way probably to, like, below dollars or below $6. But if it goes above the 850 and it builds above it, that would be a nice cue for a bullish movement into 10 plus. And I think the latter will happen, but I can't just think in the market. We have to follow price action and see where we take or where price action takes us, by the way. Like it could be the other way too. So we'll see. If it goes above 850, personally, I will add more into the trade and hopefully take it into like 10 plus. We'll see what happens. That's what I'm watching, guys. And if you have any questions, let me know for sure. I'll be here. As you guys can see that AGRZ, I had a line on here. That's from the past. That means I traded this before. You could see that it tested that 55 and fit from there. It just didn't recover, and then it tried to break above 43, and it could not. So I'm gonna trust my line and say if it goes above 43 or 44, it might go to 50 again. So I'm gonna keep it on the watch. I'm just gonna like keep it as one of the options because on PST it's taking its sweet time, honestly. Right. So we'll watch for a price action above 43 basically. Anything below it, it's not good for me personally. And you could argue like if you want to do that gray area, if you guys traded with me before, you'll know that gray area analogy that I have. And a lot of people do, but I have the name for a gray area. So this is the this basically becomes the gray area here. Gray area, no entry for me. And I would boo I would do the bullish. So I need a sign, not a text. Right there, and the bearish, and you could see we're going on the bearish scenario more than the bullish one there because it's actually selling below that 38 line. So if I'm short, that would be a nice short if I'm gonna short it, you know? But it didn't confirm yet. Like it now this is the way I trade this, guys, okay? And obviously my live sessions is always for educational purposes more than alert itself. So the way I think about it here is basically this is now the gray area. I trust my lines so much, and we'll go back later on and we'll see why I have those lines on there. But basically now if it builds maybe 3 candles below the line, which is we are now below it, right? So 3 more minutes below it. So that's a candle right there. So that's 1. And now it's 9:55 here in California. So by 9:58, if price action is still below 38, that would be a nice short trade into below 30 maybe to like 26-ish. This line right there. So we'll see what happens, guys. I'm gonna watch for 2 more minutes, okay? And I'm not getting distracted over the other ones. I'm still watching the other ones as well. I'm gonna move these just a little out of the way. And you guys are watching me do this live. You know exactly how I trade. And in the meantime, while I'm watching the price action, we can go back and watch why you see those confidence. Yeah, you see that I traded this before. This is not the first time that I do this. Okay, so this are not my first rodeo. You see, that was the target. It never got to my target at that point. Maybe that was a bad trade at that point. But you could tell here. It's so we'll look at the 78-cent line, right? Same thing that we look for, guys. A struggle candle. This one right here. And I'm watching. I'm watching. Price action has to be below 38 for the short, above 38 for the bullish case. But anyway, see the struggle candle from January the 8th like early on this year. It tried to break below it so many times, but then when it did, it struggled to get back above it. Very, very classic for what we look for. Same here at 58 cents. It just has to go a little lower. Yep, at 51. And we can go down and up, same principle, guys. So those are the lines and why I have those lines. Now, the theory is if it struggles, again, see for the short trade, if I'm gonna short it, if it struggles, let's get back on track here. Oh yeah, we're not confused. If it struggles to get back above this line at 38 and builds another 3 minutes below it and kicks back down, that would be the cue for the short trade if I'm a short. But if it builds back above it and builds 3 minutes above it, which means when we go above 38, we count 3 minutes above 38. Remember, we started counting here at 9:55, and we said that if we have 3 more minutes of orders below 38, that would indicate a short possibility for a short trade on this. So let's see, maybe 2 more minutes, right? Maybe 1.5. Let's see. You see how it struggled that candle? Now we have how many minutes below that line? I think that would more so confirm a bearish scenario more than a bullish scenario because we have one, two, three, four, and the minutes that every candle actually struggled to get back above that same line that we built from. So that would indicate a short possibility. If I truly want to confirm it, maybe 2 more minutes. And the second, like the more we go, the price should be dropping down, not going up. So we'll see if it's gonna go test it again, like at 38. And you guys, I don't know if you do this in percentage or how do you do it in your head, but if you're not doing it in percentage, then you're doing it wrong because a short trade confirmed, let's say at 33 cents, if it goes below 30, that's a 10% trade on its own. 10%. That's a hell of a trade right there. I'm still watching IPST. I'm still watching you, bro. I see you going above $8. I want it to go above 8.50 first. Then we'll go watch it again. And you see how price action in the next two candles pushed it down, not up, and that's what I mean exactly for that short indicator. So even if it goes back up now and try to break above that 38, I don't think it will. I think it's going for the short scenario more than the bullish scenario at this point. And let's watch and see. I'm not gonna take this trade personally. I just wanna watch it that we can both learn, you know? And I'm not a short to short stocks. I'm more on the bullish side, but I like analyzing both sides. That way to show you guys that I'm not trying to pump it or dump it for anyone. It's very what happens here is very, very genuine. And I know look, I know the type of trading I do doesn't get a lot of people excited. I'm not a gambler. People love to watch somebody put $100 and turn that into like $1 million in 3 days. Please go watch that because that's not gonna happen here. What happens here is true trading, true discipline, true percentages, actual trades, and this is actual day trading where you buy and sell stocks on within the same day. When you guys do forex and contracts, yeah, of course, that could make $1,000,000 in 3 days. Yeah, I mean, if you, I don't know if you know, but if you play, I think if you hit black 11 times in a row, you make $1,000,000. So could that happen? Of course not. You know, gambling doesn't work consistently. It just doesn't. You can gamble and make money in the futures or options probably once every couple of weeks or whatever. But if you do it in a consistent way, trying to do it every day, it won't work. I know that for a fact. But this here works. Yeah, it takes a lot more work and it takes a lot more effort. But if you find yourself a niche where you do 5%, 10% trades 5, 6 times a day, that's amazing. I did not know I was on mute all this time. I'm sorry, guys. We'll get it back on stage here. I was saying that IPSD is actually testing that line again. You see, like, how many times it just is the agony of you watching this, guys. You literally watch This Is Raw. I know you guys probably see a lot of people that post, "Oh, I just made $1,000,000 today." You wanna watch actual trading? Watch this. Watch me waiting for this to break for, like, 3 hours now. And finally is about to do that. So how see how it's testing the 850? Now, since the fact that it built 3 consistent minutes and still fell below it, I'm gonna have to wait 3 minutes and more to see if it's not gonna repeat that pattern. But honestly, guys, if it fails this time, if it struggles, because every time it's like a hidden liquidity area, because every time it goes to 850, it's like orders show up and people show up to sell. Just keep it see like got 5K at 840. Come on, bro. Just leave it alone for now. Shorts are trying to keep it down, which is still a good sign, I think, you know? Man, still struggling on that line. This is crazy. Come on. See how many times like it kind of like, do I give up on it? Do I move on? I don't know. What do you guys think? It wants to do it so bad. I know it wants to, but we just can't speculate that it just wants to move. Like I have to see price action. So Surge did bounce back. Yeah, I can see because it was 25. Yeah, that's nice. But we're not gonna get distracted. Let's get back to this. You guys, in the meantime, while we're watching this, I'm gonna cover the one we talked about yesterday. And so I release articles every Sunday, guys, and every Sunday I go over a technical stock or a chart that I think is gonna move. And let me just show you guys what I mean here. And if you read the article, and if you didn't read it, just let me know. I mean, it's free, guys. I don't charge people anything. I don't get paid to promote these stocks. It's just nothing like that, right? But I wanna show you guys what I mean by struggle candles. I wanna show you guys here. Let me show you the first one right there at 550, but we're not gonna, like, mention it now as a target, but I'm gonna put a line on there. That way you guys know what I mean, okay? Here, I'm gonna change it to green. You see how many times on the daily it tried to break down that 550 line right there? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, picks back up, 1, 2, 3, and then when it did, it never formed a full candle below that line until here. So the same line that it was struggling to get below, no one would sell below 550. Just 1, 2 weeks later, the same line at 550, no one would buy above it. That is a very interesting point of liquidity there. Same way here, guys. For 2 for 3 days, it tried let me this doesn't count maybe, but if we look on the pre-market, probably we have candles that got all the way to 4. But anyway, so 1 to 3 days, 4 days, the 5th day when it broke below 390, it never got back above it. That also indicates a move, and you can go back and do the same thing here for the 305, 1, 2, 3. When it broke, it never got back above. Those are the struggles, and you can see how many times it went to test it, you know, that same line. So now for today's trade or for if I wanna swing trade this, I wanna watch what happens in the 305 line. And if more volume shows up and more price action occurs above that 305, I think we'll see eventually a gap fill to that 390. We'll see what happens. It's just on watch now. Remember, the price is 290. This is a swing trade, it's not a day trade. So the move is probably not gonna happen today. But if I see it on the daily or I see a full candle, not on the minute, in this scenario, at least 4 hours, okay? So I need to see a lot of action above 305 for me to say, "You know what? This could be fill the gap all the way to 390." And I think it will happen, but we're gonna have to confirm it first by action over 305, and that would tell me that whenever if you go back on 4 hours, all these test areas, when it tested it here, it tested it twice here. I I need something different. I need fresh money above that line, and if I see fresh money, that would indicate them all the way to probably 390. So that's basically it. Um, So IPST, another failed test at 850. This is crazy, man. Like I'm getting tired of this trade. I've like almost wasted 3 hours and just watching it, and it just can't break above that line. I'm like, I don't know, losing my patience. But it's all about patience at the end of the day. It really is. So we'll see. you guys. I usually turn off the live session at 10:30, about like half an hour before the end of the actual session. But today I'm gonna leave it open because I have actually students I'm gonna go coach in a little bit outside in the conference room here. So I'm gonna leave the stream open because I'm in this trade. I'm not gonna close it, and I'm gonna set my sell order at 1077, and we will see if that happens when I come back. We'll let it play itself out because I think it's gonna happen, you know? And if you have any questions, guys, please, by all means, just let me know.